Today we're going to take a look at a brand new video as a 2024 election prediction between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. To start this video out, I would like you guys to comment down what background you guys want, or what theme you guys want me to use, and do you want the Wikipedia colors for the candidates in the states, or do you want the normal colors? Anyways, let's get right into the video. Starting from the safe Biden states, Washington, California, Hawaii, New York, Maryland, D.C., of course, safe for the Democrats, Massachusetts, Vermont, and I actually believe that's all the safe Democratic states, which gives Joe Biden 125 electoral votes, considerably less to the almost 200 electoral votes Biden received safe in the 2020 general election. Now, if you want to take a look at my margins, they are in the description down below. Anyways, these are the safe states I give for Glenn Youngkin, giving him a mere 113 electoral votes, much more than the average Republican nominee, as he only trails by 12 electoral votes in the safe Democratic states, in the safe Republican states. And I actually think South Carolina as well, safe Republican, which actually only leaves a 3 electoral vote difference. Arguably, I could see Alaska, but based on the fact that Trump only won Alaska by 10 points, I don't think that state will be considered safe. Now again, Glenn Youngkin rose to fame in the 2021 gubernatorial elections. It wasn't that far away from, as of a recording, it's only past 20 days, but Glenn Youngkin won the Virginia governor's race by a fairly comfortable margin for a Republican. Now let's go to safe, likely Democratic states. Oregon, I don't think that's too surprising. New Mexico, the state of Delaware, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Maine's 1st District, the state of Illinois, and I believe those are the only likely states for the Democratic Party. Noticeable exceptions on Colorado and Virginia. I believe that both of those states will narrow down due to Glenn Youngkin's suburban appeal. Now, if we just want to take a look at the 2021 Virginia governor's race, you can see that race aged out very, let's see, Political, I think that's a website I constantly use. You can see that Glenn Youngkin won by 63,000 votes and did very well in these traditionally urban areas and Democratic areas: Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Loudoun, Prince William, Chesterfield. You get the idea. Very areas that traditionally blue that voted for him. And in the New Jersey governor's race, it wasn't very good for the Democrats either. Anyway, the likely Youngkin states include Iowa, Ohio, Texas, Alaska, and the Nebraska's 2nd congressional district are characterized as likely for Glenn Youngkin. I think those are the only states I'm going to characterize as likely. Potentially Florida, but just as of right now, I don't think Florida will be considered likely for Glenn Youngkin, which actually makes him 3 electoral votes ahead of Joe Biden. Now let's go to the lean states I believe Joe Biden's going to carry. Colorado, Maine's at-large vote, and honestly I have trouble coming up with much more. I think those are the only 2 states Joe Biden will be able to win by lean margin. I think the most worth noting state is the state of Colorado. Joe Biden won Colorado this election by astounding 13 points. However, there is a problem. Youngkin was able to do very well in the suburban areas, as I previously mentioned, and that is exactly the kind of area that Democrats need to do much better in. Jefferson, Arofi, Adams, El Paso, these 4 counties make up 40% of the state's population. Add in Lemire and you get close to 50%. Not close to 50%, but you get the idea about, let's say, 30 to 40% of the state's population. And you can see, compare that with Virginia, you can see, for example, Virginia Beach, Biden won by 6, while Glenn Youngkin was able to win by 9. If that shift continues, a 15-point shift in Colorado suburbs basically narrows down the margin to about 5 points, and giving Glenn Youngkin's appeal to a lot of areas, I believe that will go down to lean. For Glenn Youngkin, I think Florida probably leans in his column. The state of North Carolina, I'd probably give that towards a lean towards Glenn Youngkin. And Wisconsin, I think, will go to Glenn Youngkin by a lean margin. This basically tears down any chance that Joe Biden wins after I give Arizona a lean towards Glenn Youngkin. Now, Glenn Youngkin is ahead 256 to 198. Now we have the states of New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Georgia, Nevada, Minnesota, and Michigan. I think the easiest state to call is probably Virginia. I took that towards Joe Biden. Although Virginia went red in the governor's elections, you cannot argue that the governors means the presidency or the Senate. We have Larry Hogan from Maryland. We have Phil, I forgot his name. Damn. Anyways, we have quite a few Republican governors. Chris Sununu from New Hampshire won by 35 points. He's not going to win by 35 points in the presidential election in the state of New Hampshire. So yeah, you get the picture. And then I'm going to be calling the state of Pennsylvania. I told that towards Glenn Youngkin. I think Glenn Youngkin has that appeal to give him this state due to his suburban against suburban, exurban appeal in Chester County, in Montgomery, in Bucks, in Northampton, Lehigh, and in Pittsburgh, and the surrounding areas. I think for Glenn Youngkin, also the state of Georgia, I think Biden did have quite a lot of black appeal. I don't think that's going to come home for Joe Biden again, especially with Glenn Youngkin. I think he's going to do very well in the areas of Atlanta, basically in Newton, Henry, Gwinnett. If there's actually kind of margin, I think it's going to be still 3 times the exurban margin Hillary Clinton received in a lot of those counties, but Biden did 5 times better compared to Hillary Clinton in those areas, so doing 3 times better is just not enough to win Georgia. Now I'm going to give, I think, Joe Biden the state of Minnesota, because I still think Minnesota it still has a long Democratic voting history, but Nebraska is second. I'll lean that towards Glenn Youngkin. Now we have 3 more states, and I'm going to give all of them towards Glenn Youngkin. I just don't see the Democrats doing too well in this election. Michigan, I think Glenn Youngkin will have a very similar appeal compared to Donald Trump. I think a little bit worse in the rural areas, a little bit better in the urban and exurban areas, ultimately giving him the state. Nevada, I see that he can do better in Clark County, narrowing down the margin to under 10 points. Clark County went to Biden by, it's actually under 10 points, so I think maybe under 7 points. Win Washoe County and then just run up these scores in the rural areas. I think he can win the state. And then if we go to the state of New Hampshire here, I think Trump made some bad statements in 2017 about the state, calling the state some bad names. That really hurt his numbers statewide. I don't think Glenn Youngkin's going to do the same. I think he has that good campaign strategy, and I think he's going to win the state by a tilt margin, very close, probably the closest state in the election, but yeah, this is my current projections for Joe Biden to Glenn Youngkin race. Again, I thank you all for 70 subscribers. Comment down what I should do for my 70 subscriber specials video. So thanks for watching today's video. Be sure to like today's video, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and yes, I am covering politics from a more conservative perspective, I should say, but this is my map. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.